So let's look at the part 3. So after 2 years, Jane stopped depositing X per month. Instead, she decided to withdraw 200 from the account on the 15th of every subsequent month, starting on the 15th January 2020. Okay. The account on 15th of every subsequent. Okay, so in the middle, the interest rate. Now, the reason why they tell you 15 Jan 2020 is because they want you to understand that you withdraw before the interest is being added, right? Yeah, and so that on the last day of each month, the amount was increased by 0.3. Okay, great. So using the X value found in part 2, find the date which Jen would do her last withdrawal till she has no more money left in her account, and the amount of the last withdrawal. Okay, I think this is pretty okay. The problem now is you stop putting money into a bank account, but you also have you regularly withdraw certain amount out, and also you have interest adding into it. Okay, so that's the interesting part. So after n equals to 24, right? 2 years, right? So that will be what they say, 2020, is it? 2 years. So that will be, because you start on 2019. So yeah. So how much left? 2000. Okay, let's try it. After 2 years, she stopped depositing X per month. Instead, she did withdraw 200 starting from Jan. So the end of, okay, I think this question can be confusing because you have to find the amount at the end of 2 years, right? Which means if you think about it, the first of December, this amount here, then the 1st of Jan was the amount at the front, then you start withdrawing. So this amount here first will be 24 lah. So I think this is pretty okay. 1st Jan 2020 here. Okay, so you need to find when n is 24. When n is 24, the amount that is left as 24 would be I'm just going to key in calculator for the amount that we have just, because the X amount that we found was the amount is 326. So S24 is 103 over 3 times 326 times 1.00324 minus 1. Okay, so this is the amount that I have. So I'm going to key in my calculator here. I don't really like to use my computer calculator because it's very prone to careless mistake there. It's hard to write there. Okay, great. Then that will be 8,124.2609. Okay, so this is the amount I have at the left in the bank account at let me just write it down. This is at end December 2019. Okay, so we start with this amount. Don't need to worry about the rest because now this is the amount that we have. So I'm just gonna start doing it again all together now that we have got amount here to worry about. So this is Jan 2020. So I start off with 8124.26. Okay, but I'm too lazy to keep writing this down. So I'll write this let's say K or P will be good. P with this. Okay, so this is the amount that I have initially. P at the start. Okay, so we draw. Okay, I think the start of the month there's nothing, no action, right? So but after withdrawal, when on the 15th, is it? On the 15th Jan, so on 15. Okay, great job. So this is minus 200. Then at the end of the month, we got multiplied by 1.003. P minus 200, 1.003. Okay, just remember that whenever you crossed here, this is multiplied by 1.003. Good job. After which, what we need to do is actually same thing. We're going to, sorry, it's a bit slanted. I think some students who is OCD may not be able to accept the way I present. Okay, so this case here, if I do go down here, it will be minus 200 also. So this case here will be Feb 2020. Then I'm just going to get 1.003p minus 200, 1.003 minus 200, then multiply by this amount again. So many things to do. Okay, then it's pretty okay. Keep going on. I think if you keep going on, you're able to see a trend here. It's not an issue at all. So this is multiply, this is minus. Then I'm just going to copy this 1.003 square p minus 200, 1.003 square minus 200, 1.003 minus 200 here, and multiply 1.033. So a lot of things. 1.003 square minus 200, 1.003 square minus 200, 1.003. I think that's it. Okay, I think you could see the pattern now. Okay, let's look at what we want. We want the day, find her last withdrawal till she has no more money left. Okay, on the level, and the amount will last withdraw to the next, the amount her last withdrawal to the next nearest cent. Okay, so what we need is actually, I would rather withdraw, we will see this amount here, right, to be just nice above 0. I think that's the thing. It shouldn't be more. We do not want this amount here. I think that's the most relevant part, because if this amount here just nice above 200 or less than 200 or less than 200. Okay, when he hits that, because he's withdrawing less than 200, so you can just use this amount here, right? That's one way to think about it. But some students may think from the behind is also okay. But if you want this to be behind, it should be just nice above 0. The amount left in the bank should be above 0. Okay, or you could write, yeah, you could actually this amount here, less than 200, would be more ideal. Okay, I think that is the best way, because you are looking at N1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, I think there are many ways to do this, so I'm just going to stick to my way. This case here, oh crap, it's very hard to write, so this is minus 200. Okay, we have done this many times in our class, so this is a pattern recognition, right? So I'm going to just put this here. Okay, so this is like, let's say if this is April 2020, this is 1.0034p minus 200, 1.003 cube, 200, 1.003 square minus 200, 1.003, is it minus 200? Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, great. So I'm going to find the nth month, the last at the start here, because that will be the easiest way. Then there are two patterns here. One is a AP, the other one is obviously a GP. So not AP, sorry. This is a normal pattern recognition in secondary school. Then the one behind would be our GP, right? This one here. Okay, so just remember that there are two patterns here. One is a normal pattern recognition, the other one is a GP backend. Okay, so this case here, what we're gonna get is actually when this is when n is 1, n is 2, n is 3, n is 4, and I want n is n. Okay, great. This is pretty okay. When n is 1, this is 1.0030. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. This is, how come they skip so much? 3, oh, sorry, this should be 3. Okay, so this is 3. Yeah. So this is 3. When this is 4, this is 3. When this is 3, this is 2. This is 2. This is 1. This is 1. This is 0. So when this is n, we can accept this to be 1.003 n minus 1p. Okay. Then, if you look at this case here, which is actually, this is actually S1. This is actually S2. Sum. I'm just gonna factorize the minus out. So this is S2. This is S3. Then this is S what? S4, right? Great. So all these are actually GP. First term is 200. R is 1.003. Okay. So this would be minus Sn, because when this is 4, this is S4. When this is 3, this is S3. This is 2, this is S2. This is 1, this is S1. So, and that's pretty okay. So this is 1.003 minus 1p minus of A will be 200, R will be 1.003, N minus 1, 1.003 minus 1. Okay, I want to find on the 15, the amount just below 200. Okay, so the amount of the last withdrawal to Dennis, the date which you will do last withdrawal. Okay, great. So this part here, I want this SN here to be just less than equal to $200. Okay, that will be the last withdrawal, because if you're gonna take that amount, that will be it. So this will be 1.003 N minus 1 P. The P we could actually find. So this 200. I'm just gonna key in calculator for this one here. 200 over 1.003 minus 1. Wow, that's a huge number. Easy to write. 200. Wow, 200,000 IMs. Okay, anyway, I'll just leave it as it is. Okay, less than 200. Now P we found just now. P was 8124.2609. So I'm just put this as 8124.2609. 8124.2609 minus 200 over 1.003 minus 1. Okay, so this is the amount. Okay, so I'm going to find the N. So how do we solve this? We could actually just use GC and solve it. It's easier to use GC. But if you are not too sure, just bring out GC, key this whole thing in, and you're going to find the day where the amount is less than 200. So let me just key the function in. It's a lot of work to do. So I'm just going to I'm going to pause this and key in, okay? So this is what we're going to do. Key in 1.03 to the power of x minus 1. And so on, okay? So let me just key in. So what I did here was I just key in x in terms of n. Okay, just remember that. And I need to find the one which is actually less than 200 down the line. So just double check your values there. I'm not sure whether there's any careless mistake here. So what you do is actually just key in and then just put on table value, second table, and just scroll down to the time where it's just going to be there you go, here. So this is the amount that we're looking for. I'm just going to put this value in. Okay, this is the last amount that we have. Okay, so very, very convenient. This is very, very convenient. Let me just take a snapshot of this. I hope I have no careless mistake here. So this part here, this would be by N, and this would be the amount, the amount here, Y. Okay, the amount that I owe. So this is the below 200, just right below 200, right? And it's 88.77. So 48.77. So the amount would be yeah, we are going to just use this value here. It's actually 43. Amount is 43. Okay, so I am going to use from GC. Last month is 43. Is the 43th month. Okay, 43th month will be which month is it? 43 month. So if we first month is Jan, the 12th month will be December, right? So 43 would be how many months? 43 minus 12 minus 12 minus 12 will be the July. Okay, July of July of 2023 with the last withdrawal amount of, is it amount that you want? The last withdrawal to the nearest end, amount of the last withdrawal to the nearest end. Of 48.77. Okay, I think that's it, the answer. Yeah. My answer may be slightly different from the answer key. I guess it's because of the I just used the nearest dollar amount at the start. Okay, so that's the difference. But anyway, I guess it's about the same. Or I keyed something wrong, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's the answer that we get. Alright,